I got water.
I'm good.
Y'all got water?
I got my coffee and I got my sparkling water.
What the?
He said one Mississippi.
Okay.
Alright, I'm back.
That was quick.
That was damn. He like walked in the background. He vanished. That dude.
Sushin
Yeah,
got the real background.
Yeah,
I got the mini
yeah,
fridge.
I don't. Yeah, y'all better. All y'all gonna see is a sunlight, my face, and the fan in the background with some Vaseline on the side.
You can see stuff phasing in and out of existence. I'm Doctor Strange.
So, what's up, y'all? It's Sushin. To my other two sides here, I can't point directly at them. I'm really bad at this. So I got Eli over here, Shiro, and I got Toby down here. Say what's up.
All right, I got
Yo, go.
Sushin and Shiro, both here.
So, Tubby's right here, Sushin's right here.
So, there's been a lot of going on with
there
fighting
we go.
games recently. A lot happening, obviously, and one of those things, obviously, there's been a lot of major tournaments happening. Obviously, Esports World Cup's one of the big things on the horizon. A lot of players are already qualified. You have the whole controller situation at DreamHack Dallas that we all remember. We'll never forget that one. Can't blame Jabali on that one. But I think that's a topic we should talk about is, should we force wired controllers at tournaments now? Or is that a bit extreme?
No, that's not a bit extreme. I mean, the PlayStation 5, you can disable Bluetooth devices, not devices, so that doesn't happen. So essentially, even though the DualShock 5 is technically wireless, it won't work unless it's actually connected to the console. No, I don't think that's a stretch. You will never have that issue again. And everyone has a cord because you're still going to need it to connect to the console to begin with. So I don't see what the issue would be. Is just don't even play those games, is my opinion.
Damn.
Yeah, there should not even be a debate on this. But
Yeah.
I personally hate when people play wirelessly on any PS5 in general, because Tubby, you remember we were at Locals that one monthly where that one girl's controller was just still connecting to our system, and we couldn't even like play our matches. So we had to disconnect every PlayStation 5 controller and then plug our controllers in and then set it up to where everything was only wired. It was terrible.
I've had the similar incident with like similar to JDCR. I was in a tournament. It was at a Momocon tournament. It was last game, last round. I had like an 80% life lead. I had just gotten him all the way to the corner. He had like 5 to 10%. Essentially just one mix-up. Alright? He was done. I had Oki, I had health, I had meter, I had everything. It was the last game, last round. It paused on me. And they ended up making us replay the whole thing, and then I ended up losing it. To make top 8. So yes, it has been a thing since 2016. Why is it still a thing?
Yeah, Eli, what are your thoughts on this? You think?
Bro, honestly, you just wire, please. Just wire. There's too many issues with the Bluetooth stuff. No. There shouldn't be an issue. There should just be wire. Just bring your wire. Simple as that. It's not hard. It's not hard. Just get your wire and plug it in. It's not hard.
You're gonna have to anyways, because even to connect wirelessly, you still have to use that wire to connect to begin with, which means you have to have the capabilities.
Like literally, that shouldn't have happened to JCR, and he should have won that match.
100%.
Oh, 100% JDCR should have won the match. Honestly,
Bro, I feel so bad for him.
watching that was
I watched that
terrible.
live, and I'm like,
They look, that
hurt
whoever
my
had the
soul.
controller did my goat dirty, bruh. Whoever you are, you know who you are. You the problem, bro. You are part of a statistical problem in the FGC. It's so bad to the point where it's a common issue. Like it's been a thing since like 2000 whatever the fuck.
Yeah, so
We need to fix this shit, bro.
it's 8 years at least.
At least a decade now at this point. At least.
It's probably been more, to be fair. It's
I
probably
don't know how
more.
long it's been a thing, but Street Fighter V came out in 2016. on the PS5. So like that's when it was like.
At
Wait,
its peak.
wait, was it on the PS5? I think
Yeah,
it
No.
was.
PS4.
Street Fighter,
It-
PS4. Street Fighter 4 came out at the PS4.
Okay, well PS4 had that problem too, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Xbox, PS3 era had that problem. Well, not really Xbox. Well, kind of, not really though, because most players played on stick in that era most of the time. Except the Tekken players. That was a bit different. There was a lot of Tekken players back then that played on pad. There's a clip at an Evo. I don't remember which Tekken it was. It was either Tekken 4 or 5. And it was a PS3, and someone turned on their PlayStation 3 controller, and North America was about to win. Was
Dang.
about to win Evo, I'm pretty sure, or something along those lines, and it got tucked.
Damn.
Yeah, there you can find this old ass clip somewhere on the internet. It's there.
Ooh.
I don't even think it wasn't even Grands. It was like Winners Finals or something. It might have been Grands, but it's pretty bad.
That, honestly, they should just put in the rule book, bring a wire. I'm sorry.
I mean, but you're gonna have to bring a wire regardless. So yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that
because you
is-
gotta
Or-
connect the controller to the system.
So-
It's
Like,
it's so bad that it's so common that it happens so common.
Well, that's not really a ruling thing because everyone's gonna have their wire. What the tournaments should do is actually disable Bluetooth devices on all consoles ahead of time. That way, the players don't have to worry about it. It really shouldn't be on the player to worry about their setups. It's not their setups. You know, they could do whatever they want at their home setup. It's their home setup, right? And you're not affecting anyone but yourself at your home setup. So it really should be the tournaments, the tournament organizers, the TOs, whatever you want to call them. Whoever's like running the event should have all consoles, Bluetooth devices disabled ahead of time. You know, especially Evo, you've had months to prepare for this, to get all the people, to get all the consoles. Just, I mean, yeah, you don't want a huge event and then have another upset and then just ruin your whole event and your reputation and all that. Just take care of it ahead of time.
yep, that's all we ask is as competitors and people who enjoy the game a lot, no matter what fighting game it is. Could be King of Fighters, Tekken, Street Fighter, Grand Blue, any anime fighter, whatever the hell, right?
Right, we're paying you money essentially. I mean, Evo badge alone was 200 something, just the
Yeah.
badge, by the way.
Not travel or anything, just the badge.
Just the badge.
Just the badge.
You're
Which
wasting
is-
your own pockets, going to paying for the hotel, everything.
That's per
We expect
person.
the setup. Yeah, we expect the setup to be perfect, no issues at all.
Yeah, over 10,000 entrants, 200
That's
plus.
why people.
Yeah.
That's why people have a lot of issues with Evo Japan too.
Yeah, and I think Evo Japan had monitor issues, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, yeah.
Like
It
really
took
laggy monitors.
I think it was 2020 or no, 22 or 2022 that Punk went to Evo Japan, and it took like 40 minutes just to get a new monitor.
God damn.
I'm like, bro, don't you got like a monitor in like the casual setup or something? Like,
Yeah,
come on,
I'm
bro.
expecting there should be like the pools is done, everything's done, so just grab like.
Like, there gotta be a spare monitor somewhere, bro.
It shouldn't take 40 minutes to grab a single monitor.
Yeah,
For- He still lost the match, but like, bro, like it was bad. That Evo Japan was really bad.
yeah, it can get pretty ugly. Like throwing a water bottle across the whole fucking thing is ugly.
Ooh. Oh,
Or you-
oh.
Or another situation where you throw a chair and you lose almost $3,000. So we gotta talk about
Oh,
that.
okay, yeah. Let's talk about that. Firstly, okay, I get you're gonna pop off. I get that. Hungry Box did that, but he didn't break anything or anything. But like, he threw that, and that light just.
Look,
It died.
look. It was an expensive, high-level business, business investment. Look, think about it. Look, you throw the chair, you break the light, you make the news. Now you know. It was a.
And now, okay, that's true. But
It's a
here's the
high
thing.
level.
Here's the thing, also. He left in debt.
Right, it's an investment. you're left in debt, but now you know.
That's fair. That's fair. That's
You,
really
you,
fair.
you do have a good point because we wouldn't be
Yeah.
talking about it had he not thrown the
No,
damn
think
chair.
about it. Yeah, now
If you
he can
consider-
have a stream. He's gonna have people follow him and donate money. Hey
Like,
guys,
Billy, I want-
donation go trying to fix this light.
No, that's so real, bro.
Oh, that's some shit I would do. That's some shit.
Not anymore. Jabali says if you do it now, you're gonna get banned. You don't do. You know
Oh,
what? He was the last one that could do it.
Damn, that was
My
the
bad.
last chair to ever be thrown at CEO.
But I heard someone told me that it ended up not being 3,000 because it wasn't 100% broken. It was partially broken. I'm not sure how credible that is, but essentially, he was able to fix it for cheaper than 3,000.
That's.
Bless
I mean,
his
at least he
soul.
did.
Allegedly, right? I don't know for sure, but still, it's still wild.
Yeah. I think, hey, look, talking about pop-offs, if you're gonna pop off, bro, don't throw a fucking chair, okay?
Alright, we gotta do this. How do we rate the pop off? How do we rate it?
Bro, that was a 0 out of 10. That shit
That
was
shit
cool.
was
Yeah.
negative
Well,
1 out of 10.
Okay,
That
it was
terrible.
either 0 or it was either -1 or 11, based on how you want to see it, right?
I don't think it deserves a rating.
You don't think it deserves a rating?
Damn, it was that bad?
Yeah.
It was that bad it can't even be on the tier list, bro.
Nah.
Well, no, if you don't give it a
gotta be
rating, you
rated.
can't say anything bad about it, so it's neutral.
Yeah, it's neutral on block, bro.
That's neutral.
That's 0 on block.
Oh my god.
Oh my goodness.
Alright.
But speaking of which, we gotta talk about, with some of the funny stuff out the way. Obviously, Tekken has been doing well. Street Fighter has been doing well.
Super well.
Yeah, I mean,
Technically, there's less entrance from Evil from the first year, but I guess that's also kind of expected, since
Yeah.
the initial hype is gone. But
Yeah.
when you looked at
Well-
Tekken 7 rose in numbers every year. But, anyways, I digress.
I think that was more of a popularity demand. Like, it was just, oh, Tekken 7's getting bigger and bigger. Oh, I think I should try this game out. I should try this game out. And everyone started trying it and playing it and this, that, and the other thing. But I think when it comes to these, DreamHack Dallas and DreamHack Summer all the way in, I think, Sweden. And then there's, obviously CEO that happened recently, which I'm pretty sure is a major TWT event. Maybe you
Yeah, I
can point
believe
to
so.
that?
I think it's a master event, yeah.
Yeah. So that was fun to watch. It was crazy to see Keisuke do Keisuke things.
Bro, okay, we gotta talk about
So-
that bro. Holy, he went for a run. He went for a run.
You went for a marathon.
That dude was on a
Bro.
wave dash. He was wave dashing his way to grand finals. He didn't get shit on by a T, but he did lose. But it wasn't like bad,
I think it
He
was a
got-
little bad, actually. He was,
Wasn't that
No.
bad?
and I just watched the interview. He said he was really stiff during that time, and then, but after that loss, though, he said he ignited a fire within himself, and that's when he went like crazy. Because I guess he was cold, he was nervous
yeah,
or something.
I mean, it was the first game of the day for him. So
Yeah, it was the first game, so he wasn't
Yeah.
playing. He was playing cold.
Yeah, but that grand finals, bro. Oh,
So
oh,
close.
it
So
hurts so bad to see him drop that. I'm like, that hurt me, bro.
Hey, drop combos be the bane of everyone's existence,
It do be that.
I will say Keisuke's run is really good, but what's his name? Dojin or the guy from the Philippines?
Oh, the
That
Mokujin
guy?
guy?
The Mokujin,
Yeah, the Mokujin guy, bro. Yo,
He
he
played
went
9
crazy.
characters that tournament. At first, I saw him playing Libra. I was like, oh, he's a Libra player. And then he switches. I'm like, okay, pocket character. And then he switches again and again and again. I'm like, bro, I don't know who he's gonna play. No one knows who he's gonna play.
It's a wild
Like,
card.
I was
You
like,
gotta
Bro,
bring
you
out
know-
Panda, bro. Like, what?
Yes, I'm saying he could
Oh.
bring out and he could bring out Victor. He can bring out Brian. Like,
well, I legit thought, I was like, wait, a second knee? Because knee can play any character.
Yeah.
But
I mean-
was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, it's cool to see a player of that caliber, because we haven't seen that since. Well, we don't really see that unless Nee's really playing the game, because Nee just be playing everybody, you know.
Yeah.
Nee's just kneeing.
Oh, of course, you know he's one of the goats, one of the greatest. of all
Mokujin
time.
is just Mokujin.
Yeah. It's great to see that we have another Mokujin level player playing in the Tekken scene at the highest level. But I'm gonna say this right now, NA, yo, North America, we fucking suck, bruh. We suck,
Bro.
Free.
I was expecting this.
Like, on a scale
Yeah.
of 1 to 10, how free is NA right now, bro?
Bro, we did so one combo breaker. We had a couple NAs there. Someone beat me, and I don't know what happened.
It's an NA event with the most NA. No NA makes top 8. I mean, I get you could make an argument that NA eliminates NA because there's so many of us. We're gonna have to play each other more often than not. So
Yeah.
I guess there's that, but it's still our event. It's still our hometown. Well,
We got bullied. We got bullied.
And we stay getting bullied, bro.
So,
Honestly,
yeah,
Tekken 7,
we
we
got
were doing better in Tekken 7.
which is
we were
funny.
getting,
But now,
we were getting bullied on the game and on
Yeah.
Twitter and everywhere, bro. We were like, yo, NA ain't shit. Even Raccoon was like, yo, see what I tell you. I was like, damn.
we're kind of lagging behind. We're struggling. Even Anakin is. I mean, he's still doing well, but he's not making the same like splash like he did in Tekken
Yeah.
7. So I think, I don't know. Maybe because Tekken 8 is different than Tekken 7, that they're just really. It's taking them a while to adjust to the new system, I guess. Maybe. I mean, it's been like it's been 6 months now, so I feel like
Yeah.
You can say the same thing for all the other regions. too.
True,
Yeah,
you could say the same thing for all the other regions. So I guess what is our excuse? We don't have one, do we?
Like, what is NA's
No, we
problem
don't.
right now?
We're lazy. That's our excuse. We're
Wait,
lazy.
wait. Tekken 8 should be NA's department because NA's known for the freaking YOLO-ness, right? So this really should be our game, but it's not. I don't know. We don't have an excuse, to be honest. We're just behind and free at the moment.
Here's the thing.
What's the thing?
Too much.
Yo, put that as a quote, bro. We're behind and free at the moment.
We are.
NA just bitches too much. If I'm being honest, bro, they just do. We just do. We just do.
Yeah, I agree.
That too. I'm
Like,
part of that statistic.
You open Twitter and you see a NA person just bitching about a certain character or the game or anything, and I'm like, all right.
Yeah, game gets pretty bad on Twitter.
Pretty bad's an understatement.
Talking about pretty bad. Yo, did they cancel Lydia, bro?
No.
Oh no. So okay, so like I think in a couple hours ago they just announced that they're gonna do a Tekken Talk for Lydia.
A couple hours ago. When's that Tekken Talk supposed to be then?
Let me check actually.
Because here's the issue. You announced Lydia at what, Combo Breaker, bro? It's been
Okay,
what,
so
a month and a half, essentially.
it says okay, PD. Okay, so it should be on July 11th.
So
July 11th,
till
when-
2 days.
Oh, okay. So
I heard she will be playable at Evo.
Yeah.
I don't
No,
like that.
No. I don't think they mean you can
Yeah,
compete at
that's
Evo.
a
I think
demo,
as like
yeah.
a play test. Like they'll
Yeah.
have like beta builds.
Oh, okay.
If they did, that'd be crazy, bro. That'd be crazy.
The ruling is if it's within 1 week of the tournament, they are playable. And Evo is at July 19th, I think. So that's 10 days from now. I highly doubt that she will be legal
So
for
sh-
Evo.
She'll be playable at the event.
Like
but she won't be
a beta
playable.
build or something.
Yeah. Before she releases onto the full game.
Yeah.
Whenever. So she'll release
I'm-
after Evo.
Correct.
essentially.
I mean, most likely. I mean, even if she is released before Evo, if they release like the day of Evo, I don't know why they would do that, right? You would just do that after Evo with like
You
the.
might as well
Yeah.
just drop her like the day of Evo and then like.
No. Do it after Evo.
So,
Because
the
then
one thing
you're
I
gonna have
will
like
say-
mixed hype. People are gonna be worried about finding their pools and stuff like. They're not worried about Lydia at that moment. I will not be worried about Lydia at that moment. I don't even care
There's
about
one thing
Lydia.
there's one thing I would say. The lack of promo for this character, anything from the Tekken team, is kind of silent. Almost a couple months went by, nothing.
Yeah, well, I don't even care about Lydia, to be honest.
Honestly, yeah, a lot of people don't care. Um, if the leaks are true, Marduk and Fakuramacon, that lineup,
Well, I played Fakuram, so I will play Fakuram.
yeah,
I'm not
but
necessarily excited about him, but like I was like, okay, well I played him in 7, so
but like
it's cool.
also paying again for Tekken
Now that's
DLC that
ass.
happened,
Now that's
yeah,
ass.
Nah,
yeah,
it's like, bro,
yeah.
we already paid this in 7. Now we gotta pay it again. Like,
Literally
Yeah.
the last year, wasn't it? Like they were the last season or
yeah,
close to it.
Fakuram and Marduk were season 3, late season 3, and then season 4 was Lydia,
There's
and Eddie
one
was a base
thing.
character.
So essentially, the
There's
last
one
2
thing.
years we're just paying
How
for them.
can Leroy be in the base roster, but you have to pay money for Eddie? Is my question.
Yeah, it is
Yeah,
kind of
Eddie's
funny.
been a base roster for forever, and then they're like, let's make him DLC. Like, what?
Like, if you think Tekken, oh Eddie.
That's like making martial law or any other the fucking legacy characters DLC.
It's like,
Which
let's make.
I guess you could do that, right? They did that for Street Fighter V. They made Sagat like DLC. They made Blanca. I think
Okay,
Blanca
but
DLC. Sakura.
I don't see. It's not as bad because it's like saying reuse DLC, like Ken's DLC. People are gonna
Right.
be
I guess I
hating.
still see where you're coming from, but Sagat was DLC. Akuma was. Well,
Yeah.
I sort of understand Akuma.
Akuma's
Sakura,
Akuma, bro.
Blanca. Well, those like
Sakura. I don't Sakura. I don't see a lot of
Gaio.
Okay, fair. That's okay. That's fair.
There's
That's
literally
Now-
so many like legacy Street
Yeah.
Fighter characters that were
Yeah.
DLC. Well,
But
we can also look at Street Fighter Five. Street Fighter Five was Street Fighter Five.
yeah, I was about to say that. I was like, Street Fighter 5 was Street Fighter 5ing, you know?
right,
Yeah.
but that was part of the problem why people hated Street Fighter V so much was because there was literally no content, and now you see Tekken
Yeah.
following that same footsteps. At least, sort of with the DLC. Tekken 8 does way better than Street Fighter V ever did, so it's not
Yeah,
entirely
that's
the
it.
same, but like sort of the same.
To the credit of Tekken 8, it's not as bad.
Oh, nowhere near as bad.
Yeah.
No.
But it's still very, very similar to Street Fighter V's problem. The only thing that Tekken 8 has going for it that it did that 5 didn't is basically everything else that 5 should have came with.
Yeah, yeah,
Arcade
yes.
mode, the story mode.
I remember
a working
Street Fighter
online.
5, I bought the premium version and for $100-something, and I opened the game excited, and then I saw, and I'm like,
There was no content. Literally, it was
Nice.
just ranked.
nice.
It was
Yeah,
ranked.
yeah,
That's it.
yeah. Just
But
You should-
ranked was stupid because there was no punishment for rage quitting, which there still isn't really a rage quit punished in Tekken. And the rank system is busted. And there's still no online training mode. You still can't look up players very easily. Yeah.
Yeah,
A
yeah.
lot.
That's something I do have a gripe with. I can look up if my friends is on console. I can look their username up like in Street Fighter 6 and just invite them.
Yeah. You
I
can't.
have to get their ID, or I have to go to the Tekken Lounge, make them go to the Tekken Lounge, add them there, and then we make a room.
Yeah, and then only the host can invite.
that
Yeah,
part's
yeah.
another issue.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's part of the nerd issue. Like, bro, like,
And
I
then
don't know.
spectator mode didn't always work either. I think maybe they
I'm pretty
fixed
sure it was
it.
broken.
I think they
it was
fixed
broken.
that.
I think like the first week of Tekken 8, but
It
United
was,
States.
it was broken for a while. Now it's fixed. It's
Now
fixed
it's
now.
Oh, and you can't lab DLC unless you pay for them.
Oh yeah, yeah.
What?
Street Fighter 6 allows you to live.
Oh,
I'm
does
pretty
it?
sure.
Well, they have rental stuff. They have rental
Yeah,
tickets.
yeah. They have rental, which is I think is a pretty good idea. If you don't know if you want the character, but pay, use your rental tickets. You like the character, buy it. If you don't, no biggie.
Capcom-
I mean, Capcom's been doing really good. They've been really good.
Yeah, Capcom does
But
it very well to what they do with their DLC characters. And it's not even that their DLC characters are bad, you know? I think
no, Ed is probably one of the sickest boxing characters Street Fighter has introduced so far,
mhm,
at least for 6. We didn't talk about Street Fighter 5, but yeah, I do miss my Blue Dudley though. Oh, I do miss
everyone
him.
does.
Dudley, Balrog.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
I think a big issue right now with most fighting games is, at least modern era right now, is rage quitting is a big problem. And not just in, Street Fighter 6 or in Tekken 8, but it's a big problem in every fighting game. Grand
Yeah.
Blue, Uni,
Oh,
the,
for sure, for sure. Like, I don't think KOF is really in that talk because we not a lot of people rage quit on KOF 15.
from
At
my
least to my
knowledge,
knowledge. From my
yeah,
knowledge, yeah.
not many. But when it comes to anime fighters specifically, it is a lot of rage
Uh,
quitters.
I
Most
mean,
modern fighting games are really bad right now when it comes to
yeah.
that.
Like I was playing some Street Fighter 6. I was just playing Nucha, right? Nuch, Poke, bro, just rage quit. I'm like, what the fuck? And then I see people in Uni rage quitting, people in Drive rage quitting. Leffen did it on stream.
Oh, he
I'm
rage
like,
quit on stream.
oh,
That's crazy.
yeah, yeah, he
I
rage quit
remember
on
that
stream.
one.
And that's another thing. It's it's wild. These modern eras, they they don't know how. It's just really bad right now. Really bad.
It's such an easy
No,
fix, though.
see here, I wouldn't have an issue with rage quitting if you just gave me my goddamn points. If they rage quit.
Well, then, that's the point. We don't care if you rage quit per se. It's funny to us.
Yeah.
I just want my points, and I
Yeah,
just want you
exactly.
to have your loss for rage quitting. That is the
Like,
simple solution. We don't actually care that much. Like, some might be petty and do this and that and the third, but like, if I get my points and you lose your points, that's really all that matters.
that is my problem. Like, I want my points. I see a rage quit. I get so mad because I know I wasted my time there and I don't get what I was rewarded.
Bro, if
I
I
don't get
get
my
if I
points.
get points and they lose their points and I see a 56% disconnect, sure, I'll accept it because I'm gonna get points
Right?
at that point.
Mm-hmm. Like, but it's also that it's such an easy fix. Just like, at least Street Fighter 6 at least bans you for like a couple of days if you rage quit too much. They do that, so I'll give it that. Tekken 8, they're just banning people like,
Yeah, they
but
ban people, but I don't know how their bans work because like how does
yeah, I
someone
don't
with
know.
56% disconnect rate and they're still playing?
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how their bans work.
It's there's a lot of issues with Tekken 8 online, even with cheaters as well. Even with cheaters, like
That's all fighting games. You know, Street
yeah,
Fighter
that's
Six.
For sure.
Yeah, Street Fighter Six has.
Street
I
Fighter
mean,
6 is wild. They new cheat came out for Street Fighter 6. It's I think auto perfect pay or auto
oh, that's old.
drive rush check or something like that. I don't know.
Drive rush check maybe, but there was already auto DI, auto tech, auto perfect parry.
Yeah.
Uh,
I just gotta say one thing to this shit. Why play a fighting game if you're just gonna cheat? I really don't get cheaters that much. I don't really get it.
well, Button Check actually did an interview with this one guy. Essentially, he sells the scripts, so he's making money off of scripts.
Okay, that's at least.
You might not
fair.
agree with it, but he's making money
Yeah,
selling scripts.
he's making money.
Some people
Yeah,
like to
take that.
brag about their online rank, which, I mean, that's cool until you find out that it was a fake rank. Then it doesn't matter.
Yeah, one and plus they're gonna brag, but do the same thing at a tournament or a major, they're not gonna show up. So yeah,
I think it comes down to the player as a mental aspect of the game and ranks, because
yeah,
a lot of people put a lot into their PNGs as if it is them. If you get what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
And that becomes a big problem with a lot of players, especially newer players.
Oh, for sure. You go on a stream like a Twitch, TikTok, or anything, you see, oh, they're bronze or gold, or you check out the stream, they're getting so frustrated at the game, and they're not taking any advice from the chat from people who actually know how to play the game or anything.
Well,
Yeah.
you have to verify if the chat actually knows what they're talking about. Because sometimes
No,
the
yeah,
streamers
that's
listen
fair.
to the chat, and then I was like, all right, I shouldn't have listened to the chat.
No, that's fair. But I remember watching this go with Cammy, right? I told him, and he's like, "Bro, I don't know how to combo or anything. Yeah, I know the combo, but he keeps going into the air." I'm like, "Just DP, just DP." People kept saying, "Just DP," or just do your crouch and fierce, or Cammy's back medium punch.
Hmm.
Bro did not listen. He kept getting jumped on. She kept getting jumped on.
Dude, just air grab if you're bad at DPs.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I keep forgetting Kimmy has that. I keep
For the
forgetting.
longest time, I did too, but certain matchups, it does come in really handy.
Yeah,
you
I remember.
can't DP. Yo, jump up in the air, grab that bitch.
Because Cammy's
Yeah.
crouch fierce is actually really trash.
Yeah, it is really trash.
It's super
I'd say the
trash.
best one is probably her back medium punch.
Her back medium
or,
punch is good, but
Yeah.
it's a weird input for me. I'm just not used to that.
Usually I just
DP. I just DP. Yeah.
DP.
What do you mean you can't do back medium punch? Can you back 2 on Tekken?
Yeah, the thing is, when I play Cammy, I'm not looking to back medium punch. I am looking to DP.
Mhm. You're looking to
Not-
DP. Oh,
You're
in the
right.
air?
You're
If
right.
I'm playing Dawson and I don't have a DP and I have 27 other anti-airs, sure, that's one of the things that I'm going to use. But that's because I don't have a DP, and they're different characters. If you can DP, just DP.
If you have a DP, just use it. And if you-
Right.
Yeah.
No, I get it. It's a whole ass motion, and sometimes you miss it, and sometimes you'll get fucking spiral arrow. Even Punk gets spiral arrow all the fucking time, and you'll hear him bitching about it. So in that sense, yes, I get it. There are applications for back medium punch, like if they neutral jump. But again, if they neutral jump, you can still DP. So
And plus, Street Fighter 6 has modern mode, so you can just, it's a one button DP. It's a one
yes,
button
it's a one button DP. You shouldn't miss any DPs if you're modern.
Yeah. I go against so many modern and they miss their DP. I'm like,
You know, I've tested too many modern players. I just don't jump because I'm just like, okay, well, their DPs are gonna be on point, even if you neutral jump. So I don't actually jump on modern players.
yeah.
I
it is
100% play
scary.
neutral.
It's scary. It is scary
I don't-
jumping on the modern
I've
player.
tested so many modern players. I was like, okay. I just had to test their one button reactions. My mistake. I won't do that.
Yo,
I
one
didn't know
button?
your game. I didn't know your
Yo,
game.
they literally press one button and it's cooked, bro.
So
Granblue's the same
I-
way. Granblue's the same way. You're basically
Oh,
playing
yeah,
against
yeah.
everybody with modern DPs, bro.
Do
It's
not-
like-
jump.
No, at least, bro, Graham Blue is crazy though. At least you can block though in Graham Blue if they just do the normal like DP.
Yeah, if they do
so
that,
you
won't
jump
be-
on them and they DP you. You can block.
Yeah, you can air
Yeah,
block in the game.
So it's like
only-
CVS2.
Only certain DPs. If it's like an EX or Ultimate, it's unblockable on there.
Yeah.
So you would only do EX then. I'm not about to commit
Yeah.
to a DP then.
But
Yeah.
you'll be surprised. Some players just forget about that.
Yeah, but the thing about Granblue specifically is the way it's structured is very different because everyone looks at it as Street Fighter, anime Street Fighter, right? Which it kind of is, but it's not at all.
At least the last version.
The last version, yeah. This is more so
This
Street Fighter
version's
6
fucked up.
Granblue.
This version's fucked up.
It's so fucked up, but it's fun if you can deal with the fuck shit.
Hmm.
Just like Street Fighter 6, it's fun if you can deal with the fuck shit.
It-
Tekken
Yeah,
8,
if you
same way.
Yeah.
Every fighting
People
game.
forget.
Every
Yeah.
fighting game.
Oh, that's KO 13.
UMVC 3. Pop X Factory, Helmbreaker.
But there's still one thing I don't kind of agree with. Making fighting games a bit easier, like a lot easier.
I mean,
is
I understand
something-
it.
I don't like. Don't get me wrong. I want people to play more fighting games. but they're just holding your hand. They're holding your hand during it. Like, say KO 15. It got a lot easier than 14, 13, but it's still a hard game. It's still hard to get into. Other than like, I don't know, like DNF Duel. That DNF Duel kind of, I guess, but also Street Fighter 6 also has that modern. It makes it a little bit easier. It holds your hand to a certain degree. I just don't agree with it personally. I just don't agree with it.
Um,
Go ahead.
I can't speak for every fighting game because I only played Street Fighter 6 and Tekken 8. I would say modern controls for Street Fighter is probably the biggest offender. You could play it in rank, you could play it in tournaments, and it's completely legal. Tekken has special style, but it's not that good. Unless you're a beast unless you're a beast at alternating in between matches, then I could sort of see it being viable. Because then you have like with Reina, you have one button electrics. But
Yeah.
I've never seen anyone just pop off, constantly switching it on and off. Because I don't, you can't even block low when you have it on.
I actually don't
think
know.
so.
Yeah, you can't block.
Actually,
You can't. Oh,
I don't know.
You can block low, but you can't do like your like while standing punishes.
Oh,
So
that's bad.
so your lows become free. Like maybe they could
That's
low
bad.
parry it, but they essentially can't block low. They can't punish your lows.
That's
Wow.
actually so bad.
So if you see special style, bro, I spam the fuck out of the lows. What are you gonna do? You can't punish me.
That's funny. That's
But
so
that's
dumb.
why if they're really cracked at toggling it on and off mid match, then I could sort of see it being viable. But I've never seen anyone just do that.
That seems damn near impossible, low key. At the same time, I don't fully disagree that game developers and fighting games are getting easier for players. But I also think that there's a space in between where you can make a game simple but very hard, right?
Yeah.
And UMVC 3 is a perfect example of this, in my honest opinion. And this game has been out since however long it's been fucking out. Bro, we're still playing TNS Parsec on this shit. And this game is still hard to get into. Now, give
Yeah,
or take, it's an old-ass fighting game, sure. But there's more than just the inputs and the game flow. It's everything else in between. Do you know how to wave dash? Do you know how to point dash? Do you know how to do this and that? Do you know how to structure your team? Tier list, this, that, and the other thing. You know, how big are the buttons? Can you space yourself properly? And if a game has all the qualities that make it a good fighting game, Grand Blue is pretty much a key example of this. And Street Fighter 6, even, in my opinion, does this mostly well. Not the best, but it does it mostly well, in my opinion. Where players on modern controls, they still have to play neutral. They can't just do shit,
Oh,
you
yeah.
know? And in UMVC 3, sure, you have simple inputs. I can just do Astral Vision on Morgan by doing a down-down input and then 2 attack, right? Just press 2 buttons. So, easy motion input, right? Dragon Ball Fighters has that. Uni has that. Actually, Melty Blood has that. But when you look at those games, easy inputs, game's really hard to master. And I think that's where a lot of the wrong conception about, oh, modern controls carries this person, or oh, this game's too simplistic. I think there's a level to make a game simplistic and then make a game really, really, really fucking difficult, right? And Tekken does this really well, where you have simple inputs. You literally just have forward, and then button. But wait. You can't just do that. You can't just running 2 on Dragonall, or else people are gonna just start stepping you, right? All of us can attest to that, correct?
Mm-hmm.
If I'm not mistaken. Great. So that's the point where I think that a lot of players get wrong, and this mostly like old heads. And I used to be this way. It's like modern controls, or this, that, and the other thing. But I've learned to this is from personal level, if people learn to just love that aspect and experiment with it more and understand it. Yes, modern controls is a bit extreme. I understand. Like one button supers, that's a bit crazy. Don't get me
Yeah.
wrong. But I do think that there's a level of expertise that goes into simple controls into making a game complicated. For example, Project L is a great example of this. That's coming later in early winter of next year, or late winter during like January, February. So who knows? We'll see. But that's just how I think people should think about it more, rather than just, oh, let me do this. Let me just complain about it on Twitter and like, oh, you play modern controls, you're a bitch. You know, it's like, it's not exactly that. I think there's a little bit more nuance to it.
Here's how I feel about it. I sort of agree. I sort of don't. So like,
Yeah.
I think modern controls may be slightly too far. I think my main issues is one button supers, which is probably like the biggest offender of it. Here's how they balance it. Your supers do less damage and your specials do less damage. So and then the argument where they still have to play neutral. Yes, sort of. Like you still have to play neutral, yes, but because your mental stack is way smaller because you don't have to worry about the air anymore, you can actually focus on neutral way easier. So while it's technically true that they have to play neutral just like classic, it is way easier because you're not worried about the air. You have one button DPs. I am not even going to look in the sky. I just see a twitch jump, one button, boom, there it is. I don't have to think about anything. So that's why playing neutral is actually easier with modern control. It's not because neutral is easier, but it's because the mental stack is easier. You can just focus on the ground. And they can never jump. Trust me, I tried.
I believe you, because I'm not gonna lie. I tried jumping on a modern controls player. I was like, he ain't got no. Oh shit. Okay.
And I can do like instant dive kicks too. So my jump-ins are stupid fast. And I'm like, alright, well, I got dive kicks. Let me test them anyways. One button DP. I was like, alright, my bad. Let me do it two more times. I was like, okay. Alright. We'll play neutral.
I wouldn't have much of an issue with modern controls like that if they didn't allow you to actually do the motion input for actual like the normal damage.
Oh yeah. That's fair.
That's a bit extreme. Like
they have the option.
you're playing modern controls already. I don't think you're supposed to like use that. Like they could use it and modern controls at the same time.
Yeah. So then they don't even get the detriment of the damage reduction.
Yeah.
They could choose when you want to do modern controls. Some of them lose some normals, and that is significant. But some characters don't lose. It also depends on the characters. Like Modern Luke, for example. Like I think he still got his best buttons.
Yeah, he
had the best level 1. It was like a 7 or 6 frame start. Something ridiculous. So like literally, oh yeah, throw a fireball. I dare you. Yeah, I dare you. That shit is like lightning quick.
Or
You can't even throw Kikoken on Chun-Li, or else you're gonna get level 1 by Luke.
Yeah, you can't do anything. You just have to. He can throw fireballs. You can't, and his fireballs are fast.
Same way as Zangief. He has modern controls, level 2. You see a fireball, level 2.
Yeah, I don't even throw fireballs. I
yeah. Again, if you see Zangief with level 2, you're like, yeah, nah, I'm good.
Yeah.
I get that sentiment. Yeah, I understand that one a lot. But let's talk more about going back to CEO and all the events that were happening. Talk about metas, talk about the typical fun, boring shit for some, but mostly
fun, boring shit.
boring shit.
I think Punk went wild at that grand finals. Punk lost to DCQ, ran it back with the Akuma. DCQ didn't know what to do. He didn't know what to do.
He didn't study the matchup.
No, he didn't.
You could tell DCQ didn't know the matchup at all.
Yeah.
Because he was cooking Cammy, and Cammy's his main.
Mm-hmm.
So...
Yeah, Cammy is his main. But then he pulled out the Akuma, he was like, damn. He was getting cooked, he got the reset, he won, and then he vlogged it.
You know... this doesn't have anything to do with CO, but I think it's just so sad that Taquito's not playing Akuma. Cause now
Yeah.
when you think of the best Akuma, now who do you thinking? Is it Punk?
No,
That'd be
He
crazy.
technically won with Akuma, not Cammy.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
So is he the best Akuma? Do we even have an Akuma representative?
That,
I think, yeah. What was his name?
does Oil King? Does Oil King play?
No. He was in the.
Infiltration's banned.
Yeah, Infiltration's banned. So, like,
NL.
Does he play Akuma? I think he does.
oh yeah,
Yeah,
NL
he-
does play Akuma. You're
Yeah,
right.
But he didn't win. Punk
He
won.
didn't win though. He didn't win though.
Punk won.
Fair.
He didn't win with Akuma.
Hey, but hey,
Punk
that's not
won with
really his
Akuma.
fault though. Let's be honest. That button.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
He had a broken
Yeah,
button.
he had a broken
Yeah.
button middle of the
Yeah.
game.
Yeah.
Now,
Trying to stop his momentum.
True. That really sucked.
yeah, that sucks. That sucks ass.
Bro, seeing all that, like, it wasn't even like control disconnect. It was the button. That has to be so.
He had
That
to stop.
sucks.
He had to pause round one. He had to pause.
He had to give
I
up
mean,
round one, and I know
it
in
sucks.
the sense,
It sucks.
I was like,
Yeah.
he's like, bro, he was so tired, bro. You could
That's
tell,
so
like,
mentally draining. That fucks up
Yeah.
your mental.
And he flew all the way from South Korea to Florida, North America.
I mean, he made top
Like
8 at
USA.
least, but still, yeah.
He
That
didn't
sucks.
qualify for the EWC. That's
Yeah,
what he
I mean,
wanted.
that's what you mostly go there for, you know, qualify for EWC. That's like the main goal. But sadly, he didn't qualify.
Yeah, that really
Oh.
sucks.
You know,
Oh,
especially
yeah.
going all the way from South Korea, which is so fucking far away, so far away. But
Also, one other thing. What the fuck, Idom? What the fuck?
Wait, what'd he do?
Bro, he was cooking, what you call nephew, with his JP, and then he lost one time with JP and went back to Manon and then got cooked. I'm like, bro,
Manon's
the
his main,
Manon
though.
was, yeah, but he hates that match against Manon, and he picked a JP, and it was so close. Each game was really close. He went back to Manon. It was just done for right there and then. It was right there and then.
I don't know why he picked Manon in the
Yeah.
You know what
Because
it was?
you're-
It was a mental thing. It was a mental thing. There was no other. He lost to JP, and he overthought it or underthought it, and just like, you know, he had like one of those
also
moments.
Won. He also won with the JP. Like, bro, it's just, I'm like,
mean, have
he
you ever
did
played a
it before.
second?
He did this exact thing the last CEO as well. He picked Jury. He picked Manon first, then Jury, and then back to Manon. Did
That
the
is-
same thing.
Well,
That's
sometimes you just when you play your main character in whatever fighting game, everything comes second nature. You don't have to think about it. But if you constantly
Yeah.
switch characters, like sometimes I'll do, like for example, when I switched to Ryu and I was trying to do his level 3, I did Cammy's level 3, but Ryu's is a different input, and I'm just like, wrong character, and that cost me. And that
Yeah.
just cost me the game. When I had a
Yeah.
guaranteed kill, I did the wrong super input. I was just like, fuck.
That has happened to me.
So like I get it. Even though it might be a bad matchup, it's your main. You don't have to think about anything. Unless you're Mokujin, you're fine.
Unless you're Mokujin, unless
Oh,
your name
wait.
is Dojin and the
Yeah.
or Punk.
Or
Just play
Punk.
every
Yeah.
character.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure though. If he feels Jamie that day, he's gonna win with Jamie or like whoever.
He'll do whatever the hell he wants to do, man. But I think when man, it's just is character select. Actually, this brings up a really good question. Is playing one character better, or is playing multiple characters better? Now, specifically when I say multiple characters, I mean around 2 to 3.
So more
Like,
than
I'm
one.
not So, like, anything that's more than one, at least 2.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
Like, is it better to only focus on one character and absolutely be the best with that one character? And think about this for all fighting games, not just, you know, Street Fighter and Tekken. But
Oh, well, see.
well, besides team fighters and tag fighters, because you have to learn multiple.
Yeah, you have to.
Yeah.
Well,
So I think I think it's good in my opinion. I think it's pretty good. It brightens your your matchup knowledge, your character knowledge with all different if say you don't play Ken and you don't know he has a lot of frankers or anything like that because you don't play the character or you don't play the matchup, you're gonna get cooked. Um, but if you play multiple characters, plus you play fundamentally well with all the characters you're playing, you're gonna get better at the character and at the game at the same time. It's very good in my opinion, but it's also it can fuck you up sometimes because you can either think, oh wait, you pick Ken, you're like, wait, oh wait, I'm playing. You do a reuse super and you didn't mean to do that. Cause that's tough you said. It kind of fucks you up sometimes. But I think at the end of the day, it is a pretty good thing to do.
What do you think,
Um,
Ravi?
I think it's an okay thing to do. I think it really depends on your fighter, and you know, I only speak
Matchup.
on two different fighting games. In Street Fighter, I'm going to say unless you play a top tier character with no bad matchups, and that's usually rare because even top tier characters probably have maybe one or two bad matchups. Um, I think in Street Fighter you kind of need to have a pocket character. You know, of course you can always win that bad matchup, but some battles are just way too uphill, and it's just better to learn a secondary character. As for learning a
Yeah.
second character to learn the matchup, maybe for Tekken, I could see that for Tekken. For Street Fighter, you kind of just play. Matchups aren't really that hard to learn, so you can learn
Right,
just
man.
from playing ranked or player match or whatever, and you'll eventually get it. There's not that many moves to lab, and even the moves you do have to lab, you don't have to play the character themselves to learn it. So, uh, in Street Fighter, I would say learn a character to complement your bad matchups. For Tekken, I'm going to say I think you can win with any character, and you should be a character specialist, unless you are trying to learn lab a certain character, because you can lab a character, but you will forget it. But if you learn to play the character, you'll probably remember it and how to punish it. So it depends. I'm kind of like, yeah, you can. You also couldn't go without it. So I'm like, yeah, I'm in between on whether you should learn multiple or character loyalist.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with you for mostly everything you said, but I think when it comes to just on a personal level and just thought process and everything is I think it's better to be a character specialist in most fighting games. And the reason I say this is because a lot of what you can do, like yeah, you could think of a tier list and oh, this matchup is so uphill, and depending on the player, it could be so uphill that it feels impossible. But the thing is, and this goes back to the whole idol versus nephew situation at CEO, where you're so comfortable with the matchup that maybe there's a belief that you can do it, or you're trying to prove something or whatever, or it's just complete comfortability. And to be honest, at a competitive level, I think it's better to have comfortability over having something an edge in the matchup to an extent, right? I don't think that it's bad to have a pocket character just to have that slight edge or a more even matchup against a certain set character. Or if you want to learn a matchup per se, right? Like you said, maybe you want to learn a matchup in Tekken because you want to understand what the character does. If you could do this for most fighting games in general, but I think for another thing is when you think of your character alone, you can probably figure something out in that situation rather than just let me pick this character because it has an easy solution. Which, yeah, that's probably why you would pick the character. But at the same time, every character could have a solution to something, you know? And obviously there's universal mechanics, but that's just how I perceive it and how I look at it is, okay, sure, he could do this and this, but if I can do this on a read, it works out, you know? He does X, I do Y, right? And I think if you play just your main, you could probably figure it out, but I think that takes more time and effort. And I know at the professional level, a lot of players are not willing to do that because you're trying to win immediately. And some players, you know, they want to win and they only look to win, which is most. But there's some players that are just so loyal that they want to win, but they want to win in their way. And that drives me to the conclusion of what Arslan said a few weeks ago, a month ago, where he said, are players just being character loyalists, or are players picking certain characters because they think they're strong? And this, that, and the other thing based off of tier lists. Like, I just want to know y'all's thoughts about that in general, to be honest.
I like how we had 3 different viewpoints. We had one for like, yes, you should learn multiple characters. Me was like, you can go either way. And then you have you should be like character loyalist. So I like how we have the whole spectrum.
W spectrum.
W spectrum.
Not the internet company. Fuck the internet company.
Yeah, yeah, fuck spectrum.
But with Arslan, I can understand where he's coming from. He's a competitor. He wants to win. Like if he picks Zafina, he's honestly he's not gonna make it because he could for very wrong and use Zafina low tier as a character, but he wants to win it. He wants to win. And to win, you gotta pick a strong character. You gotta pick a strong character at the end of the day. That's what I feel like most competitors are in their mind. Pick a good character, a strong character, and dominate the competition. Like, you're like, sure, you can be like Iron Man, you pick like not such a strong character and do well, but that's gonna take a lot more time and effort than other people. Like, I feel like.
I mean, what do you think?
More or less the same thing. I mean, if you're a competitor, if you're a top competitor, if you're Arslan or Nee or whatever, if you're the ones who can place top 8 or you have a chance of taking the tournament, then by all means, why would you not pick the strongest character that you feel gives you the best shot at winning and also, like, suits your style, right? Why would you not? If you're really a competitor, that this is something you consider. A character is a tool. You know, are you gonna go in there with a rusty ass knife, or are you gonna go in there with the freaking shining ass katana that can slice through Gundams? I'm choosing the katana that can slice through Gundams and, stop time. The hell, what you mean?
It's like, why would I take the level 5 item when I can have the level 200 one? Like,
that's what I'm saying.
Why would I why would I make myself suffer with that character when I can have a much easier time with this character?
Yeah.
Right.
And that brings up my issue with people is like, oh, fuck a tier list. That works if you're just playing the game for enjoyment, or if you're just playing the game, because you enjoy the game. Or if you're new, you're like, oh, I want to play this character, because you don't give a fuck. You're just trying to enjoy the game, which is a whole different thing. But if you're someone like most 3 of us, who play fighting games at a competitive level to a degree, we're not pros or nothing, but we would rather pick a character that's a little bit higher end on the tier that gives us a better fighting chance than play somebody that fucking sucks, Yeah. I'm not going to go on the UMBC 3 and pick fucking Spider-Man and, I don't know, like, Spider-Man, Felicia, and Doom. Like, no, I'm not going to pick that team. If I want to actually do well at UMBC 3, I'm going to pick a team like Nova Spencer Doom or Nova Spencer Virgil or some shit,
Right.
I'm not gonna go to KOF and pick Billy out of all characters. I'm gonna pick Dulon. I'm not gonna pick those characters there because they're not strong. They're not well. Okay, there's one. Okay, no.
That's a character special.
Bad. Yeah, that's a character.
That guy was just him. I forget who it was.
Ese güey estaba bueno. That motherfucker was good. But I'm gonna pick what I know. I'm gonna pick my Yori because that's what I've been rocking since KOF 11. I've been rocking my guy, and he's always good. He's always S tier, no matter what. They just love it. They just love Yori. Like, I'm gonna pick the good characters I know I can do well. That suits my playstyle.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna detriment myself to picking a low tier just for, oh look, I can win with a low tier. No, I'm not gonna do that.
Momochi did that. he didn't like the fact that people booed him when he chose Yun, so he actually switched to Cody, which is kind of crazy. And he did amazing with Cody. Cody and Ken.
It's crazy to think about how much of a mental aspect that people look at that tier list. And I think a problem with tier lists is a lot of people at mostly intermediate levels, so people like us, look at the game and think, oh, he's playing a top tier character, this character's fucked up, whatever, right? And it's like, true, yeah, it is fucked up. But at the same time, we suck, right? So there's a reason why these pros are up there and we're not, you know what I mean? At the same detriment to, you know, dealing with that persona for the pro players, I understand why he would switch to playing Cody and Ken. You know, it's like that can play a mental aspect on some pro players.
It did. 100% it did.
Yeah, it's just, you know, I would love to play Siegfried in Granblue. The problem is, honestly, I'm not even gonna lie, I would play Siegfried. The problem is, he's super top tier. He's like top 3, top 2.
Oh.
And like, he shits damage. But here's the thing, I enjoy playing Catalina way more. Yeah, but if I want to win, I'm gonna pick Siegfried, right? But at the same time, it's like I'm a character loyalist. I don't want to go away from not playing the character I love playing the most.
Like, as long as I've been playing Granblue since the last version, I was a Balao main. And the reason I picked the Catalina, that character struggles, so I'm like, listen, I'm just gonna continue playing Balao because that's what's gonna keep making me win. I can't deal with Catalina. Has a lot of things she's missing. She doesn't have enough BS with the game that has a lot of BS.
Yeah. I feel with that notion, I think you can tell players who like how they play and who they are by not the characters they play, but how much they play the characters and, you know, what they do with those characters. Because here's the thing, right? You can tell when someone's playing a top tier character because they're top tier. They'll just abuse the cheap shit.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
You know what I feel about tiers? Here's how I feel about tiers. I mean, of course you can have your opinion, and sometimes your opinion, you know, might be valid. But I feel like unless you're like a top tier or at least like the highest rank in said game, I feel like you shouldn't even talk about tiers. Because, like, let's just say Tekken, for example. I'm not God of Destruction. So I don't feel like I'm necessarily qualified to tell you which character is top tier or bottom tier and why. Because honestly, I don't know. I can give you my opinions on the characters I do know, but if you say Zafina, for example, I don't know jack shit about her other than the fact that she crawls and dodges everything.
She's a cockroach.
So that's what I'm saying. Like, I got shit on by Zafina like the other day, and I was like, what the fuck just happened? You know, I did a mid and then missed her, right? I was just like, well, that mid doesn't work, that mid doesn't work. So she's essentially like AOP. But she's technically low tier, right? But had I not known that she was low tier, or even if I do know that she's low tier, like, to me, she could have been high tier, because I just got shit on her by her, but, like, I don't actually know. So I feel like for the people, and I'm not going to say everyone, but, like, for most people who are complaining about tiers, you're probably not good enough to even make a judgment on who's top tier or who's bottom tier, is my opinion. Like, of course, like I said, I have my opinions on what I think is a good character, but I couldn't tell you half the roster on what said character does in Tekken. Now, Street Fighter I know pretty well, and it's not that hard, and I've already, hit mastered a long time ago. But, like, Tekken, I couldn't really tell you. That's my opinion regarding tiers.
Yeah, you're right when it comes to, you know, having people saying valid opinions on tier lists. Most of what I perceive on tier lists is obviously from pros, but I take most of it with a grain of salt, and I take what is truthful and makes sense, and they actually have valid points. And then some of the stuff, they just be saying some random Dumbo shit. I'd just be like, I don't even know where to put this character on the tier list, bro. I can't trust it. Like, what you be saying don't make no sense, you know?
This character's jab is so good. I was like, it's the same jab that everyone else has. It's +1. What you mean?
Right, like,
That's so true. Nah, like, Um, it is crazy that some players be like that. Uh,
Yeah, I believe in the fact that yes, top tiers are gonna be more predominant in bracket for sure,
For sure.
but until you're at said pro level, like until you're at a level where shout out to my boy Shy or FDX or me or whatever, like close to around that level at all, don't even think about a tier list, bro. Just keep playing your character. And if you want to have a pocket character, you know, you're at an intermediate level and you want to have a pocket character to really improve yourself, I think that's something you should do. Um, but enough with tier list talk. Yo, some of the stuff in fighting games right now is a lot of aggressive bullshit, right? Quote unquote, right?
Okay.
quote unquote. Yeah.
This is just from Twitter, by the way. This is just from Twitter and like people saying this on stream. Is it actually just bullshit? And this is the last topic we talk about before we head off for the day. Is it actual bullshit or is it just we just all suck? Like which one is it?
I think it's a bit of both, in my opinion. It's a bit of both, because Tekken 8, it's supposed to be an aggressive game, but at the start it was a bit too much. I think we can agree it was a bit too much. Um, Victor's back was too like it was very aggressive at the game start. It still is, but it is a bit toned down, which I like. It's like inspiring now, but the games are getting way too aggressive and they're not giving you much defensive options that I would like. Like, yeah, Street Fighter 6 has your drive reverse, your DPs and everything, and they also have their really good offensive options. Like, you're in burnout, checkmate, checkmate. You're in the corner, checkmate. Like, um, there's a lot of checkmate situations in that game when you're in burnout, and the best thing you can do is uh, level 1 super or level 3 super. But if you don't have that,
That's checkmate. There's nothing you can do.
yeah, yeah, there's nothing you can do. There's literally nothing you can do. Which I don't know. I feel some type of way about that because
I don't.
I don't have a resource, so I just lose the round because I can't do anything about it. I it's a bit too much in my opinion, but that's just for me. That's just for me.
Specifically, that example you gave, I don't think so, because if you're in burnout, most of the times you put yourself in that position because you wanted to do like a drive rush combo, and
Yeah.
and if you didn't put yourself in that situation and you're just taking drive rush chip, one is dependent on the move, but two, you're literally letting them poke you and chip down your drive gauge. And even if you're burnt out, you should still have meter. And if you don't have either, I'm going to say 99% of the time, it's probably your fault. So in that
Yeah.
specific scenario, I would disagree. Now it sucks being in that situation for sure. In some situations, it is indeed a checkmate situation. But most of the times, the people who are in that situation put themselves in that position to begin with. Whether they misjudge a kill combo and they have like a magic pixel or whatever. So I think that one is primarily user error, specifically for that.
Just specifically for that situation.
Yeah, because he's talking about burnout is too crazy, and being in burnout really sucks.
Yeah.
But the thing
It,
is,
it really does.
most times people spend their drive gauge and they put themselves in burnout. So you put yourself in that position. You only have yourself to blame. When I play that game, I do not, unless it kills, I do not put myself in burnout. Now, if they put me in burnout, fine, that's all fair game. They earned that one, right? But even then, you still have your level 1, your level 2, your level the character dependent. But again, you chose that character, so you still put yourself in that situation if you have a shit level 1. So, I mean, specifically for that game, for that situation, I think most of the times the player puts themselves in that situation.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
Yeah.
But I mean, what are your thoughts on like the main question at hand, Tubby? You know, do you think it's
Well,
too many
the
people?
original topic is it bullshit or is it like totally too aggressive or whatnot, right? That was the question, right?
Yeah, is it too aggressive or is it just like we just suck? You know, hashtag NA is free, type shit.
Um, I do agree that
Oh,
it's a bit of both, but I think primarily most of the users complaining just suck. You know, aside from for Street Fighter, aside from perfect parry and drive rush, and even drive rush isn't that bad. Just some are way too crazy. I
yeah.
don't I think the drive mechanic is pretty well balanced in all honesty. And I like the fact that they combine a bunch of different mechanics from previous Street Fighters all in one. So like while they didn't technically do anything innovative, they took what was in previous titles and put it all in Street Fighter 6 and that was pretty cool. How they implemented it was really cool. Now I have specific mechanics that I don't like, which is really just perfect parry. Drive Rush, I'm like, like I don't necessarily like it, but I don't necessarily hate it. You know, I think some are too fast, like DJs and Juries, and I guess Bison now. But
Oh
other
yeah,
than that,
Bison's crazy.
yeah, but I don't really have an issue with Street Fighter mechanics at all. I love DI. Please DI me. I have a very good DI reaction. So like the
Listen, I
people,
ain't old.
like people complaining about DI, but like, fuck, it's a 26 frame. That's a snake edge. It's a 26 frame startup. How are you not reacting to that? Other than like very specific scenarios, and I get it, but it's essentially a snake edge. If you can't react to that, bro, you weren't gonna fucking make it in the top competitor anyways. Just saying.
Like 26 frames is
That's reactable, and it's
that's
glowing.
react that's
That's glowing.
Yeah.
reactable, bro. 20
Funny enough, James Chen was complaining about the other day.
Okay,
that's
James Chen's a good commentator, but he's not a good player. Sorry, James
Yeah,
Chen.
sorry, James.
yeah. I was
He
sorry.
No, no,
He's
no.
gonna be our
overreact
goat.
though.
I
He's
like
my
you as a
goat.
commentator, but I'm not. You're not gonna tell me. I don't know who's gonna tell me he's a top player at whatever fighting game he's playing. Well, let's just be honest.
Yeah,
Sorry.
I saw that, and people were like, if you were agreeing with me, I'm like, all right.
Stick to commentating. I mean,
Yo,
he's a good commentator. He's very knowledgeable, but he's not a top player.
yeah, Shai puts it a great way. There's a lot of commentators who know a lot about the game, but aren't actually that damn amazing at the game.
100%.
I will say that Tasty Steve is really good at the fighting games he does play, which
Yeah.
is King of Fighters and Tekken. He's actually
Say
really
that.
good, and he may not be a best player, but he could definitely hang and beat some of us. You know.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Hmm. Oh, you get beat our ass. He
Yeah.
can beat our
Actually, Caleb. Oh, he cooked me.
Oh, I might stand a bit of a chance with him, but if we're doing 13, other than that, I'm getting cooked.
Right, but I think, you know, when it comes to is it aggressive or is it bullshit, in the beginning, I would say it's bullshit, right? You know, obviously game releases, blah, blah, blah. But knowing how games have been developing, especially with player metas, because, you know, the game doesn't develop without players, of course. Pretty obvious. I think it's really just the players. And the James Chen thing is a great example. Like, my bad,
It
you're
is.
old as fuck, but if you can't react to 26
Uh,
frames, my G, like,
I feel so
I don't know what
we're
to tell you,
we're
bro.
kind of shitty on James Chen. It's kind of funny. I'm sorry. But,
Nah, bro. I think it's just James Chen because me and my friend were playing Street Fighter. It's like, and he reacted to my DI. He reacted, so.
Yeah, I
Uh,
mean, you should be able to react to 26 frames.
there are some
now.
situations where you can't do anything about it. So, for example, if they parry at the wall and then they let go, if you DI them, that's guaranteed. They
Oh.
can't.
True.
They cannot. They cannot. Even if they see it coming, that's guaranteed. Now, I don't know if you can react to them letting go of parry, but if you let go of parry right when they DI, you can't do anything about that. You cannot react DI.
Yeah, you just gotta hold that.
Yeah, you just gotta hold that. So in those cases, I was like, okay, well, sucks to sucks, but you know.
sucks.
But those are rare situations. That doesn't really happen that
Yeah.
often. But
But
if we're talking about raw DI, bro, just It's shining bright red. It's a 26 frame startup. That's a snake edge. I mean, I don't know
Mash
what
your
else to
DI
tell
button,
you.
bro. Like mash your DI
DI
button.
is also special cancelable, so if you do a
Okay.
normal, you can cancel out of it. You can cancel it out
Yeah.
of Drive Rush.
Oh yeah, yeah. I do what? Fucking Ken's
Also,
heavy
yeah, I
boot.
also like the
do
DI
that,
mechanic
yeah.
because you can call out some special moves from characters.
Yeah.
And absorb it.
Yeah, I do find it funny that edge jab you can DI. I find that very funny though. I find
And he
that
can
very
DI
funny.
and jab. That's crazy. That character fucking sucks.
Yeah, I saw some clips and uh Edge is doing a couple of jabs. He got DI punished.
That's funny.
Yeah.
That
But-
is probably the bro has the worst jab and he's a boxer.
Yeah.
Damn.
Well, with that out the way, we talked a bit about CEO, the pop off, some controller issue things, and everything else in between. Shout out to my boy Shiro. Shout out to my boy, aka Eli. Shout out to my boy Tubby. This is the Hold That Topic podcast. We will see you guys after Evo. Hopefully, we'll get that scheduled at some point. So whenever that does happen, good luck to everybody going to Evo. Yo, Derek, down below me. Yo, give him all the love because he needs it to perform really well at Tekken 8. Yo, go beat ass. Yo, ask for knee for a 1st to 15, bro.
That'd be great. That'd be great.
Just
Even
do
if I get
a-
0-15, I was like, hey, I fought knee.
Just
And you
do
know,
what PDX did. Just do what PDX did.
Follow-
Ambush me at his hotel.
yeah, you're right. I just gotta like follow their hotel.
Yeah, follow him there. Be like, who are you? And be like, you want to play?
Oh, you trying to run?
1st to 15?
Oh,
Anywho, we'll see you guys later in the next episode for Evo talk, and specifically all about Evo and all the cool stuff. So,
Yeah.
I'll see you guys then.
Yeah, going to Evo, so I will give everyone my thoughts and experiences on this year's Evo. Hopefully it goes
Check if there's a
well.
Freddy. Check if there's a Freddy at Evo. I saw there's there's a Freddy at CEO.
A Freddy? Freddy what? Freddy who? Freddy Wong?
Freddy Fazbear.
Very fast. There's one at CEO.
Well,
I found that very funny. The
That'd
more
be
you know.
funny. The more you know. Anywho, we'll see y'all later. This is
Alright.
us. Peace.
peace.